Hello, I am Darian George, and today we will be traveling to Cali, Colombia, at the Colegio Bolivar. This is where I currently teach, and we're going to be talking about the Jigsaw classroom. Now, the process for Jigsaw is you want to cluster members into groups. It could be 4 to 5. Today in my class, we're doing 4. And you want to have the numbers 1, 2, and 3, and so move into expert groups like numbers eventually. Now, in the expert groups, members read the material, then converse about its meaning. Members determine what ideas they will share and how they will share the ideas in their home groups. Afterward, they will return to the home groups and share what has been learned in the expert groups. Now today we're doing political systems, and we have 4 different topics. And the students will be assigned to their groups based off of a card they receive as they enter the classrooms. Now, another alternative is the expert groups can develop an image or perform a skit to convey information. In my class today, they actually will do a particular little poster, and they have to take a small quiz at the end, and that just shows me how well they retain the information and how well the experts did at explaining in the first place. All right, guys. You guys should all have 4 cards. So if you have a spade, I need you to sit here. If you have a diamond, I want you to sit in that corner. If you have a heart, I want you to sit in So class, in continuing our lessons about political systems, today you guys are going to become experts on a particular political system. So what you're going to do is, in your group that you guys have right now, you all should have a particular corresponding number. All right, so left, right, center is going to be 2s, and I'm going to organize that for you guys in a second. So remember the group that you're currently in, remember your card. It's going to be left, right, center. It's going to be election system. Presidential system. All right, you're welcome. Now, you guys remember what group that you're currently in. That's what we're going to do. Now you're going to review the information that you have in your extra group for about roughly 15 minutes. And then also use about 10 minutes to create a design or a poster for your extra group. I'll give you the materials for that. And then the poster should include a definition or explanation of the concept. All right, so let's go back to the last screen. Left, right, center. You have left, right, center, right? Yeah. That's going to be 2. So I need all the 2s to go over here. The parliamentary system, where is that? Parliamentary system. All right, so that's going to be 3s. You guys have that little college system. That's going to be 5s. And then the presidential system, that's going to be 4. So I need you guys to shuffle again. Leave that there. All right, now, during this process, there should be no gambling. I don't want to see you guys spend anyone look and never get Alright, within your extra groups, you guys want to review the information. So these are all single pages. What you want to do is kind of break it up, pass around the sheets, and kind of start breaking down, making paragraphs and certain information. You guys are going to become experts in this group. I want you to be able to come up with like a working definition or some type of model for the particular concept. And then I'm going to give you the materials. You guys build together some type of poster or model. Now, some people are better at drawing than others. You may want to delegate to that person to come up with it. If you're more artistic than others.
Now remember, you guys are becoming experts on this, so when you go back to your other groups of your particular suit, you're going to teach them the information that you learned.
And the poster is for the classroom?
No, the poster is for the group you're in right now. So after about 15 minutes, technically, you guys start working on the poster.
And then we go to the groups.
And then you go back into the groups. Yep.
Electing public officials is a process that extends to the outcome as a technical device. The election provides a way of obtaining votes without resorting to election. No small accomplishment in itself, although hereditary selection has also achieved.
You might want to pass around. Oh, you guys read it together?
Decision-making body, the main relationship is between the president and the secretaries individually. Under some presidents, the cabinet seldom or never meets as a group. The number of cabinet, blah, 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 blah. What does that mean in general? Like,
all right, let's go over this question again.
Yeah.
So the main relationship is between the president and the secretaries individually. Under some presidents, the cabinet seldom or never meet as a group. So the different secretaries for the different departments are considered what's called like a cabinet. They don't actually have to meet because they don't work in the same type of area. So you got someone that's over finance, you also have the Secretary of State, where they're dealing with foreign affairs. They don't technically ever have to meet.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about the different branches of like inside the, how is it called? The cabinet, like.
Right.
Oh, okay. Nah, thank you.
No problem. It's a good question.
So again, I'll allow my students about 15 minutes of time to actually review the information. We're looking at about 4 different pages worth of dense information. So 15 minutes would be the minimum I would like to assign for them. And then I give them another 10 minutes in particular to put together their art project or the different posters they're going to make for this particular project. And then after that, they'll have to go into their extra groups, break away from their extra groups and then be able to explain to their original home group members. Now, just for the sake of time, I have collapsed the time just so we're not looking at 15 minutes of them reading information. But I will show them explaining the extra information once they break into their home groups.
Popular vote electoral votes.
Where is I need
After they finish reviewing information, they put together a picture. So you have the one for the electoral system, an electoral college. Then you have the one for the presidential system. Again, they did not have a lot of time, 10 minutes to put these together. So that may reflect in the artwork. And you have some groups for some artists or not. You have the parliamentary system. And last but not least, you have the left, right, center piece.
I have the parliamentary system. The parliamentary system is basically a political system of 3 branches. It is used to divide the power so that not one party has like the whole power that could lead to a lot of corruption and a lot of abuse of power. This way it's divided in the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. Basically, it is very similar to the presidential system. They were both created in a similar time in Great Britain.
So which one are you doing? You're the experts that are explain.
Basically, the electoral system consists on the electoral college, which controls all of the votes that are taken, and basically each state has a number of representatives, which are picked by the people, and basically they are needed to vote towards the popular vote. And basically, this amount of people will vote for the state, and the candidate who has more of the electoral votes, depending on the state, will take all the votes from the state. And basically this consists of not just picking the people, but also based on loyalty and based on basically so what are you doing? Basically based on how they're normally always leaded to vote for the popular vote because
Okay, so the presidential system is the one that is currently being used in the United States, where it basically divides in three main branches. The first branch is the executive branch, which the head representative is the president. Then you have the legislative branch, which is the one which main representative is a cabinet divided into the Congress and the senators. And they're the ones that make like the laws and everything and pass the laws. And you have the judicial branch, which basically checks on the executive and the legislative branch for like corruption and everything. And well, one of the most important parts I read on it is that the judicial branch has a type of vote inside the executive branch and inside the legislative branch, which basically is a way to prevent corruption inside the government. And I thought it was really cool because we don't really have it in Colombia.
No, we don't.
So then that's like a really good way of preventing it. And the first thing that it talks about is about how the president is elected and how the votes work and the electoral college. So,
Left, right.
Okay, so go ahead and be the expert in the group and explain the left, right, center.
Okay, so my group got left, right, center, and it basically discusses the personal political ideologies and puts them in a spectrum and discusses why sometimes this spectrum doesn't correctly portray the ideologies of each one. For example, in the case of nationalism, which can variate in any point of the spectrum, because you have nationalism that says like it's us or no one else, which can be really extreme, but it can also manifest itself under other ideologies, whether that be left or right or somewhere in between. And another sort of concept that can't exactly be placed in a political spectrum because it's considered non-conventional would be anarchism, because it is righter, it's lefter than left, so it's like another level of left, but also you can look at it as you can have anarchism in both extreme right conditions or extreme left conditions. So anarchism can really.
So after they share the information amongst themselves within their home groups about the expert knowledge, the students are able to take notes, or they can try to memorize it just off the top of their head if they would like to. So they are being quizzed currently using a format or apparatus called Schoology. Some teachers pronounce it as Schoology. I prefer Schoology. This is a mainframe or system database that we use for grading and also formative and sometimes summative assessments within our school. The great thing about Schoology, it's already embedded to the system. I have the student profiles and I have them divided into classes. You can organize it using folders, and I will get into more detail later as you can see some of the student folders, the assignments, and how you would go about grading them. This particular one, because it being just a brief formative assessment, I have not switched up the desk or anything, and students do have the option to use some of the notes that they were able to gather while sitting in their home groups. So that is one advantage to the system. Now, what's neat about Schoology, in addition to getting the real-time results, you can change up the format of the testing. You can do multiple choice, you can do fill in the blank, you can do short answer, you can do essay as well. You also can put different graphs or different images. That makes it a little bit more difficult as far as entering into the system. Now, be cautious. If you do decide to do short answer and you're not making it to where it has to be a particular answer, you have to put that information in yourself or go back through and grade it yourself. You don't get the instant results right away if you decide to do short answer or fill in the blank. Now, you can do fill in the blank where there are particular words that as long as they spell them correctly, it'll automatically grade it for you. And then if they don't spell it correctly, but they do have the content right, you can do a administrator override into the system in order to be able to get the content right. So these are just some of the options that Schoology has to offer. But again, it's an apparatus or a platform that we have built directly into our school. So I chose to use that as opposed to Socrative or a different format that does similar type functions.
While they're taking the exam, I actually can mark their progress and see how many attempts they've taken and what the grades is. So this student, the first attempt, got 11 out of 12, and this student got a 1 out of 12. So we can look at that and kind of get an idea of the data that we're getting as it's coming in real time.
So as I was just showing you guys, they would enter in from the history page and they would click on Jigsaw quiz. And from here, this is going to take them inside the quiz. Now this is just some of the sample questions. It does randomize the order for each student, and it randomizes the selection choice for the particular questions as well. Here it gives me a screen, as you can see the final score as far as what the students are doing, how they're graded. And at the end, you actually can also get a breakdown of the average score that the students have, the median, the mode, and how many grades that you have entered into the system. If you are interested about Jigsaw strategy, you can go to jigsaw.org and it goes over more details about the Jigsaw classroom. Hope you enjoyed today. Thank you.